enjoy this. My birthday was Monday. Now I'm finally gonna go home and enjoy it with some Burger King. Here I come, baby! Yeah. Burger King! Yeah. Burger King! Yeah. Yo! And talk to Bob Bear, cause he's my man. Don King, kiss my ass.
What's up, boxing fans? What's up, fight world? What's up, combat sports fans? I thought I'd just chuck that in there because I might be doing a video about MMA soon, so kind of get everyone ready for what could be coming. Alright, so you know the title of the video. What's next for Amir King Khan? Does he still deserve the title of King? I'm not sure. You know, it's funny. I do believe that nicknames should be changed once almost to kind of fall in line with your boxing career. Like the way Pretty Boy changed to Money Floyd. Once he started getting good money, that nickname kind of changed, right? I think that's fair to say. And I always feel like nicknames should change as well. For example, okay, Sergey Kovalev is the Crusher. If he stops knocking people out, if he stops damaging people, should that be changed? Right? So anyway, back to the question. Amir King Khan. King? Not sure anymore. Not sure. He obviously has no titles. No one considers his... Does anyone consider Amir Khan a top 10 welterweight still? I'm trying to think of all the welterweights out there. Is Amir Khan still a top 10 welterweight? Like, for example, I have someone like Andre Berto floating around 10, 11. Is Amir Khan better than Andre Berto? Obviously, it's a fight we're never going to see. Both of them trained by Virgil Hunter, but just out of curiosity, is Amir Khan better than someone like Andre Berto, who's around my 10, 11, 12? Alright, so what's next for Amir Khan? I think we've all seen the footage of him doing a bit of pad work. Does look a bit weighty, looks around the 170 mark, I think, 165 mark. Looks a bit weighty. I've never actually thought he was body beautiful anyway, so it could be less, it could be pretty light. But what's next for him? We've seen him everywhere recently. I think I've seen him in, is it India or Pakistan, where he's promoting some sort of fight league. So he's been doing some promotion work over there, which I think is fantastic. And I really do mean it, that's no joke, because I think, I've always said boxing should be global. I think the quicker we can get big time African boxing back. I work for an African boxing channel, so I'm not just trying to promote that, but we're doing really good things. If we can get Indian boxers involved, I think boxing does need to become more than just America and Europe, which it pretty just is, let's be honest. There's not much else going on anywhere else. I think if we can get more, sorry, that was my phone, let me quickly put that on silent. I've just been sent, so basically, I am the boxing commentator for a company called Kwesi Sports. So I travel around Africa and I commentate and I kind of promote boxing in Africa, which is huge for me. Obviously, look, I'm African, I'm Nigerian. This is so far away from the Amir Khan tour, but anyway, we're going to bring that back. So I promote boxing, and our next event is in Namibia. And it's really, really quite a good time for Namibian boxing. Obviously, we've got Indongo fighting Terence Crawford for the 140-pound king, or 140-pound, all the belts basically. And that's a tough fight, you know. I mean, Terence Crawford's clearly the favourite, but that's not an easy fight, and I can't wait to do a video on that. Anyway, I'm going to Namibia in a couple of weeks, and they've just sent me the fight bill. Good little fight bill. So if you guys can catch up on Kwesi Sports, you'll see me commentating. Look, I am not no Paulie Malignaggi, I'm not no Max Kellerman, but even they started from somewhere. Anyway, Amir Khan. What next for Amir Khan? See, I've done a video recently, right, about Kell Brook. What's next for Kell Brook? And I basically said, look, yes, it's at 147. I think 154 kills him. And the same thing for Amir Khan. Amir Khan fought recently, I say recently, it was ages ago now, against Canelo, and we saw him get smashed, right? And that was at 155, was it? Yeah, I think 155 or 154. For the first 2 or 3 rounds, he was doing quite good, doing what we expected to do, using his speed, in and out, pot shot in, landing a couple of hard shots as well himself, and then we always said as soon as he gets caught, it's lights out. Khan can't fight at 154. It's just not possible. But there's 147 guys that I think could smoke Khan in terms of landing a punch and it'd be lights out. Sean Porter of Furman come to mind, and there could be others as well. So it's an intriguing one. Amir Khan clearly thinks, and we know this by the fact that he's always, for the last, I'd say 4 or 5 years, called out Pacquiao and Mayweather. He clearly thinks that he's a big name in boxing, which he kind of still is. He's a big draw. Yeah. 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 And he wants big money fights. And although Amir Khan is young, he has been fighting a long time. He turned pro very early in his career after the, was it Athens? Athens Olympics? Could be, can't remember. I think Athens, wouldn't have been Beijing, I think Athens. So he has been fighting a long time. And he's been in big fights. He's been in big fights. You look at the kind of people that Amir Khan's fought in his career. Look at Marcus Maidana, Danny Garcia, Devin Alexandra, Furman, Judah, Paula Benaji, Barrera, and I think a few others that spring to mind as well. Lamont Peterson was, and look, I remember when Amir Khan was supposed to fight Timothy Bradley, and Amir Khan wanted that fight at Timothy Bradley at 140, and he was favourite to beat Bradley. Yeah, he was favourite to beat Bradley. Amir Khan was a very, very good fighter. I still think there potentially is 2 or 3, maybe even 4 very, very good fights in Amir Khan as well. I interviewed Amir Khan just after his Louis Collazo fight, and I said that was probably the best performance I've seen Amir Khan do for a while. That was a fantastic performance, punch perfect. And let's not forget, Louis Collazo, what, a year and a bit after that fight, gave Keith Thurman hell in their fight. So that shows that Amir Khan isn't where people think he is. I think sometimes his mouth doesn't help him, so hence why there's a bloody Twitter page called Deluded Khan, which has got ridiculous numbers. But as a force in boxing, he definitely still, I think he's definitely still is in the mix. Does he need a warm-up fight after the Canelo Alvarez knockout? Yes, I think he does. I think maybe 1 or 2. I think there's people out there that he could fight that are kind of names. If you look at kind of what Kell Brook did in the likes of the Jojo Dans, I mean, if it's okay for Kell Brook to kind of have those fights, maybe Amir Khan can have even like a homecoming type fight against fighters like that, just to help him. Maybe even tough fights like John Molina, 140, 147, John Molina, maybe, just to see if he can overcome that kind of, those pressure fighters. And then it's a big name. Danny Garcia rematch would be a good one. Danny Garcia is very polarizing. Some people think he's very good, some people think he's not, some people think he cherry picks. I definitely think he does cherry pick. But again, you look at his performance against the likes of Lucas Matisse. You know he can box a bit, Amir Khan. Kell Brook. Is that fight dead in the water? I did tweet it and say that both of them are damaged goods, and I do honestly stand by that tweet. I think both are damaged goods. I think both of them are... Amir Khan, that knockout from Alvarez takes its toll on you. I almost believe that that knockout ages you. It really does age you. I don't know if any doctor medically can prove that, but I think a knockout like that puts years on your life. And I think Kell Brook, broken orbital bones in your left and right eye, it's damaged. He's damaged. So could they meet? Would the British public even care about that fight? A year and a half ago, that fight sounds at Wembley Stadium. Now, I don't think it does Bramall Lane. Probably a headliner show, O2 Arena with some good undercards, but I don't think it's a bigger fight as they wanted. So I don't know if the money is enough for both of them to get in. I think Kell Brook would do it just to beat Amir Khan up. I'm not sure if Amir Khan would take it, because I don't think the money that he was offered 12, 18 months ago is going to be anywhere near the money that we're put on the table by Eddie Hearn now. So what? Honestly, the ideal fight for Amir Khan, and I don't know if it's even possible to get it, if Pacquiao doesn't take the Jeff Horn fight, then Pac-Man. They're almost from that generation, and that's stupid. What I mean by that is that Pacquiao is obviously a generation before Khan, but in terms of those kind of fighters, like I look at Timothy Bradley, I look at Devin Alexandra, in terms of 147 fighters, by the way. I look at Khan, Floyd. They're not part of this new generation of Spence, Furman, Porter, even Danny Garcia being chucked into the... That's almost a new generation. So I don't mind Khan getting the Pacquiao fight, because look, does he deserve it? Not really, but did Jeff Horn? Do you know what I mean? It's a fun fight. 2 speedsters. I don't think Pacquiao's got the punch power anymore, for whatever reasons. But it's a fun fight, and I think for Amir Khan it kind of ticks all the boxes. He's not going to get the Mayweather fight, we know that, so it's kind of like the second best option. And I think it's a fight that would sell better than him fighting any other person at 147, maybe even better than Brook. I don't think people will be interested in a Furman or Porter fight for him. I think people will think he would be destroyed. I agree with that. Garcia rematch, yeah, possibly. I think the verbals would be good at the press conferences. Brook, we want to see, but it's a year and a half too late. And who else is there of any stature? Berto, nah, no interest in Berto. Jeff Horn, get out of here. And all the guys from 140 coming out. Lucas Matisse could be a good one. That's problems for Khan, but if you can overcome someone like a Lucas Matisse, I mean, a Lamont Peterson rematch probably. Crawford would absolutely destroy him. Broner could be a good one. If Broner gets through Mickey Garcia, I wouldn't mind seeing Khan Broner. Both of them have their issues. That could be a decent fight. And I think Khan will take it. Broner's a big draw in America. Khan is a big draw in America. That's a big fight. So that would be my top two, really. I say Broner Khan or Pacquiao Khan. Anything else, I don't know if Khan's A, interested, and B, I don't think it brings him the money he thinks he's worth. The money he was probably worth a couple of years back. But regardless, I think there's still a bit more in the tank for Amir Khan. He just needs to be careful. Look, you can't do anything about your chin. It's not possible. You can't put muscles in your chin. I see a lot of people do those crazy neck exercises like Mike Tyson. I don't think that does anything to your chin personally. I know it probably helps. They say it helps absorb the punch. I don't think so. There's nothing he can do about his chin. So he's got to be a better defensive boxer. And Khan isn't a better. Khan's never going to be a defensive boxer. He gets hit, the red mist comes, and he just wants to fight back. So they just got to work on finding opponents that don't necessarily hit like Mack Trucks. And unfortunately for him in the 147 division, even the 140 division, everyone seems to hit hard. So what do? Give him Broner, feed him to Broner, feed him to Pacquiao, and let him some money. What do you guys think? Leave your comments below. Peace.